Hola chicos, welcome to English Made Simple. This is episode 10, número 10. Hello. How is everyone doing? Hola from Canguroland. My name is Milena. This is episode 10 of English Made Simple, number 1 podcast for Hispano-parlantes, voted by me and my mom. Welcome. I am recording this episode from Melbourne, Australia, where people speak fast, they abbreviate words, and they greet you with "G'day, mate," instead of saying "Good day, mate." G'day, mate. So it's 4 a.m. in the morning right now. I feel a bit jet-lagged. Jet lag is a term in English that describes the feeling of when you change time zones. So in Chile right now, it should be 3 o'clock in the afternoon and I should be having lunch. And I am here in Australia wide awake at 4 a.m. in the morning and everybody else is sleeping, right? So I've completely confused myself with time zones. Well, hello again from Australia. So I'm recording this in Melbourne more specifically. It's really cold here. I don't know if you probably think Australia, sunshine place, there's sun everywhere. People are swimming, people are blonde, people are surfing everywhere. Well, it's not always the case, especially in Melbourne where it rains and there's always really annoying wind everywhere. People don't go and swim every day. But you're also probably thinking, there are spiders, arañas, there's snakes, serpientes, there's sharks, tiburones, and kangaroos everywhere, canguros, and todos lados. Yes, they are everywhere. Usually the kangaroos are not in the city, they're outside of the city, they live in the suburbs. The snakes and spiders, and yeah, they're in the city. There's a really ugly spider here living in my neighborhood. It's big, it's huge. Anyway, let's not talk about spiders now. So I have decided to record this episode to answer a few questions that people have asked me about past perfect tense. When do we use past perfect tense? First of all, people, let me ask this question. Why do they call it perfect? It's not perfect, right? I don't think it's perfect. To me, it's confusing. It's bloody confusing. Past confusing tense. That's what it should be called. Past confusing tense, as far as I'm concerned. All right. Okay, so they call it past perfect tense. Perfect in this case means it relates to a time, a finished time, an action that's finished. To create a past perfect tense, we have two words, had, okay, that's the past tense of have, and participle. So we need a had and participle together, and this is called past perfect tense. Okay, I'm gonna try to explain this in a fun kind of way. I'll use some of personal examples. The past perfect doesn't only refer to an action that's happened before a past event, but it's also used to express regret, lamentar, regret, and also used to express a third conditional sentence. Now, this is a bit too advanced, but you can just use a simple example for that one. So to just summarize, there's 3 ways that we use the past perfect tense. We use it together with a simple past tense, right? We use it to express regret, something we feel sorry about, and we use it to talk about third conditional sentences. Okay, I wish I have done this, right? I wish I did something. So, here we go, my first example. Now everyone knows I left Chile and I arrived in Melbourne. 2 simple past situations. So I left Chile, which in Spanish means antes de irme de Chile. So you use a different tense when you say it, but in English we say left, which is the past tense to leave. salir. Okay, so I left Chile. But before I left Chile, there were few things that I had to do. I had to pack my clothes, I had to book my flight, I had to buy gifts, regalos. I had to, comprar regalos, souvenirs and stuff like that. So, the first action, here's my example. I left Chile. Before I left Chile, I had booked my flight, I had packed my clothes, I had bought gifts, I had bought souvenirs for my family. I also realized I had forgotten to pack more gifts, and that's because I'm an idiot. And that's a different story, right? So in this example, I basically said that we can use past perfect tense together with a simple tense. I left Chile. So before I left Chile, that's a simple tense. Before leaving Chile, there were some actions that I had to do, and that's basically said in a past perfect tense format. Another way to use the past perfect tense is to express regret, lamentar. I wish I had bought more gifts for my family before I left Chile. Bought, I assume we know it's a past tense to buy, right? It's a participle. Bought is also a participle of to buy. Okay, so I have a regret. I feel sad because I didn't buy enough gifts. I wish I had bought more gifts for my family before I left Chile. There we go. That's another example of a past perfect tense. If you think about a third conditional sentence, an example of that one would be, I wouldn't have forgotten to buy gifts if I had gone shopping early. So if I went shopping early, I would buy more gifts, I would plan better. So the sentence was, it's a conditional sentence, I wouldn't have forgotten to buy gifts if I had gone shopping early. Had gone is the past perfect in this case. If I had gone shopping early. I will write an article about this to explain past perfect in more detail because it's easier if you look at a timeline of actions in the past, and will also give you more examples that you can relate to. In the next episode, I will talk about present perfect tense. You will learn how to use present perfect. Talk about your experiences. Example, have you ever been to Australia? Have you ever visited Australia? This is a present perfect tense. No, I have never been to Australia. Thank you, Milena. Thank you for making me really jealous for being in Australia, right? Just to make you jealous, all right? So, I hope this made a little bit of sense. Now, just remember this, when we talk about past perfect tense, we talk about a story that happened in the past, right? A story that happened in the past. Just think about that. There is a series of events that take place before a final event. This is past perfect tense. So maybe it's easier if you read the article because sometimes it's hard to listen and to imagine, to explain the grammar. So I've tried my best to explain it here. I hope it makes sense. But as I said, I will explain more in an article on my website if you go to englishmadesimple.net. And guys, if you want me to talk about any particular topics for this show, if you need any explanation, if you need me to clarify anything to do with the English language, something you don't understand, even the slang, los modismos, please let me know. Join the Facebook group, English Made Simple, and just ask me a question. I'm friendly. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoy this, and I will speak to you soon. Until next episode.